grenade, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is your show where we talk about sports with comedians. Let's get ready to get the comedians in the building. My man Howie Bell's up. What's up, Howie? How you doing, sir?
I think my mic was muted. What's going on, brother? You all right?
Say, what happened?
It's all good. What's up, bro?
No, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you. And look at this. My man Mo, the comedian's in the building too. What's up, Mo?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Boy, you came back after a win, didn't you? You had to make sure you came back after these wins.
Oh, man, you know what? Listen, man. Y'all know, hold on.
Yeah, that's what he did. That's what he did.
Exactly
I ain't working that shift. I ain't working that shift no more. They all Celtic fans at my old job, as I say, old job. And, you know, I ain't had nowhere else to go.
My man Damian Jones is in the building too. D. Jones, what's happening, bro? How you doing, sir?
It's a beautiful day, y'all. What up?
My man D. Jones.
We still here.
We still here, baby.
And Jason, filmmaker Jason Hayes in the building too.
Tread water, baby. The water right here for you, bro.
Yeah, hey, right under the nostril.
It's right here. And I see Mo took a second job to go shopping for knit gear.
Yeah.
Hey, Mo. You ain't had that when you left, Mo. On behalf of everybody, we ain't miss you.
Oh, wow, that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. You know what, man? I bet you miss Orlando though.
Y'all are hilarious. All right, White Chocolate's in the background, making sure we do what we're supposed to do. Gonna pop in a little bit. Let's get ready to get this show started. Let me put Howie Bell in the proper place right here. You know how I do this. Got to do all this like this and do this like this. Howie Bell, man, let's get ready to get the show started. First thing up, man, we haven't talked about it this week because it's been a long week, but last weekend, Alex Cora and the entire staff, except one person, got fired in the Boston Red Sox, which was alone by itself was crazy. Because if you look into it, I did the research on it. I'm sure White Chocolate did some research on it too. I don't think this has ever happened before where the entire staff, you know, the managerial staff of a baseball team gets fired. At that time, it was 27 games into the season. What is your take on this, man? Like before we jump into the NBA and everything else, what's your take on this, Howie Bell?
My first question is, it sounds like gambling. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the ongoing theme now, man.
Yeah, we got a lot of stories about that today, too.
Yeah, like, why would you fire the whole staff, all but one? That definitely sounds like stinks and reeks of some kind of corruption of some sort. So, you know, where they had to just say, you know what, we just gonna clean slate. We not only even deal with going into it, you know, individually and all that stuff. So something bad happened. You know what I'm saying? For them to clean house like that. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Something really bad.
Yeah, something came to mind, but I'll tell you what I think in a second. Damian Jones, what's your take?
I don't like anything Boston, okay? Nothing Boston. What? I don't give a piss. Say what now?
I'm surprised.
I don't give the New England Patriots ain't in Boston. They play in Providence. You're right. Yeah. But Boston, the Celtics, the Red Sox, they can all kick rocks. I really don't care. Okay, they can go. It's Tiger Nation over here. The Tigers. I'm riding with everything Detroit. Always have, always will.
Okay, all right. So that's his take on it. Mo, tell me your thought process on hearing about the entire Boston Red Sox, except one, getting fired.
Well, first of all, I thought ICE had raided the Boston Red Sox. I thought they were just taking everybody who didn't have an American last name. Alex Cora, Rodriguez, Felipe, everybody was gone. But then after watching, it sounds like them. But then I was watching, what I found out was that I guess the upper management wanted a certain game plan. And Alex Cora was like, no, I'm not doing it that way. And the end result was he got fired. And he just turned down the job over at Philly. He's the most sought after manager right now, you know, in the major leagues. Every single team that needs a manager is going to get Alex Cora.
I'm gonna say this, Mo. when the Yankees fire Aaron Boone and Alex Cora take over, I'm gonna be a Yankees fan that season. And I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Are you saying you can't? You're not gonna be no Yankee fan. I can't even see you.
I
I
am,
don't even know if we want you.
because Alex Cora is going to win a World Series. He's gonna win another World Series. Jason Hayes, filmmaker, talk to me, man. Tell me what you think about Alex Cora and staff, except one getting fired by the Boston Red Sox.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. I'm doing my acting exercises so I can act like I care about Boston.
No, okay.
Okay. Really, to quote the great Damian Jones, I don't give a piss about Boston. First off, however, I will tap into my thespian skills and act like I care a little bit. It's crazy, man. I mean, it just shows to me a crazy ownership group that's overreaching. Because this dude has won World Series, right?
Yeah, he won 2018. Yeah.
And so now some dude comes in, who ain't done nothing, telling him how he needs to manage a team of which he could never do. And so I get him saying, look, man, I ain't gonna do this, because this is what happens, especially, like in the film industry. People always bombard you with ideas of what they would like to see implemented. And then, so if you implement those ideas, even though that that they're bad and they're gonna fail, you need not do it. Because if you do, ain't nobody gonna raise their hand and say, well, I made him do that. So go down on your sword, go down swinging. And you're right, he is coming to New York, but he ain't going to the Yankees. The Mets won 10 games all season, basically. So I can see the Mets backing up the Brinks truck to bring him over here.
Yeah, the Mets probably would do that too. I'm not mad at that. Howie Bell, let's keep this ball rolling, man. We got to talk about another thing we didn't talk about yet. I don't know if you all saw the news about the NBA, ex-NBA player and the former assistant coach Damon Jones, but he became the first person to plead guilty, and he did this on Tuesday. We didn't get a chance to talk about the story, but he did this on Tuesday in a gambling sweep that led to the arrest of more than 30 people. Remember when we talked about all the arrests, including reputed mobsters and other basketball figures, including Chauncey Billups. During the back-to-back hearings in Brooklyn federal court, Jones pleaded guilty to pleas of 2 counts of conspiracy to commit wire fraud for his role in what prosecutors say were sports betting and rigged poker game schemes. Howie Bell, talk to me. Put your thoughts on this.
Woo! We got D. Jones right here on the panel. Tell us what happened, D. Jones. Right. I mean, same name, same gambling habits. Listen, man, that gambling, man, Jesus Christ, is worse than crack. I'm telling you, man. It really is, and man, nobody's taking it that serious. I mean, so basically, they got the whole sports world cracked out. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, and nobody has a solution. Nobody's saying that these are what you need to do if you got a problem. Nothing, man. Everybody's just on and on and on, man. This is wild, bro. This is wild, man. I mean, and Chauncey Billups is caught up in it with Terry Rozier, right, too, caught up in it. Yeah. It's more names than that. I'm just naming the top. You know what I'm saying? Way more. And this mafia stuff, man, somebody gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with this, man. There's a lot of money on the line going on. And I'm sure some money has been lost and some deals have been broken. And so, I mean, this just looks like a disaster, man. You know what I'm saying? Waiting to happen, bro.
Damian Jones, I think there's going to be a lot of people going to prison over this. I think
absolutely. Sure.
And Damian Jones, I just hope your name ain't caught up in the mess.
His name is already in it.
Damian Jones, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
I plead the fifth.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That man's name is Damon Jones. Okay, not Damian Jones. I got my name from a horror movie. As a former gambler, okay.
Former.
As in last night, I bet that Luke Kennard hit 1-3 and he got 1 point.
Damn.
Don't even get me started on that game, bro.
This is not good. I have no association with Damon Jones. I am Damian Jones. Okay, it's me, Eddie, and the real Jones brothers. That's all I really know about. I don't know a Damon Jones. Never met a Damon Jones. Don't know nobody named Damon. But from Friday out the next. So I will not be answering this question because my lawyers advised me to shut up. But no, this is serious, man. He got to do his time. He got to sit down. Hopefully they put him in a good fed spot where it's like comfortable for him, because he gonna sit down. And if he snitched, we about to find out.
Ain't that the truth? Mo, what's your take on all this stuff, man? You know, all these NBA players and all this stuff with gambling, cards, this whole mix in sports. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I seen this when it happened last week. They said he's pleading guilty. He's getting sentenced January of 2027 is his sentencing dates, some date in January 2027. And he is not going to testify against Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups. That's part of his plea agreement.
Joneses don't snitch.
Okay, all right. Let me see what filmmaker Jason Hayes, what's your take on this, bro?
You know, like it's crazy, man, because the first thing I thought about, you know, with the name Damon Jones in prison was it was Friday after next when Cass said, "Ah, my boy Damon." Hey, man, listen. He did what he had to do for himself. Like, they always make you a plea offer on some level. But where people go wrong is that they think they can go to court and beat it, even though they did what they're being accused of. And they end up doing more time. So I just think, you know, he did the math. And you ain't got to be Isaac Newton to do that kind of math. To figure out, like, listen, man, I'm going to just take this plea right here, do my time, you know, that they about to give me, and just get, you know, just get the clock running right now.
100%. Howie Bell, the next story is interesting. I've been meaning to talk about this the last couple of days too, but we're going to talk about this real fast. Then we got to jump into the NBA playoffs. Star sprinter Abby Steiner is suing Puma, alleging defective and unsafe shoes, when she says that led to her career-ending injuries in 2022. She looked to be next up in track and field superstar. She was upset because after setting a collegiate record that year with her performance in a 200-millimeter dash and winning a national title in the same event in the USA Track and Field Championship, she signed a massive deal with Puma in 2022. She proved to be, and she was doing all the stuff she had to do, Howie. Then she started having numerous foot injuries, and she says it resulted in her failing to make the 2024 Olympic team. She had all kinds of injuries due to wearing these Puma sneakers. What is your take on an athlete who signs a deal with the sneaker company, and then that sneaker company that she's wearing ends up resulting, according to her, in her injuries that ended her career? What's your take, Howie?
It's the first time I've ever heard of something like this.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, first time, and I'm a little surprised that I've never heard of a sneaker company being held responsible for your athletic performance.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number one. Number two, the sneakers injured you too. They caused you to have career-ending or goal-ending injuries. Man, this is kind of weird. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I've never ever heard of nothing like this. So I would be interested to see how this goes. But I don't know if she can win something like this, especially if it hasn't been done before. You know what I'm saying? Like, Puma do they have a history of, sports, athletes having injuries based on their athletic wear? I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? So that is this is a little sketchy.
We'll have White Chocolate that part up. We'll have White. But D. Jones, what's your take on this, man? Because athletes not usually suing people who sign them. You know what I mean?
You know who should be sued? BBB, the Big Baller Brand, because they messed Lonzo's career up. He can't even play no more because of them shoes. It really happened to him. Mm-hmm. So he needs to sue his daddy right now. If that's anybody who needs to be suing somebody, it's for them Big Baller Brand shoes. I too used to be a star athlete.
Oh shit!
And I had bought some Ben Wallace's.
Yeah.
Oh damn!
And what happened?
Yeah, my career was ended short. I should sue Ben Wallace and Stephon Marbury for those shoes.
Okay, Big
You
Mo,
deserve every injury.
what's your take on this? Big Mo?
I'm saying, I don't know. If I'm going to say, like Davey said, if Stephon Marbury didn't sue nobody, his shoe exploded on the court. They didn't just blow up on the court.
That was Zion.
Stephon's shoes was 50 cents.
Yeah.
Step on shoes also.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but listen, she's trying to sue Puma. Puma ain't taking no liability. Puma got Jay-Z on their side. Jay-Z don't never get sued. Jay-Z don't never go to court. He ain't gonna lose nothing. That's it. Cut and dry.
All right, there it is. And filmmaker Jay, we'll talk to you. What's your take on this?
Well, I heard the name and I had to go look it up to see who what she looked like. And you know, Abby Steiner's a white running track. So I think it was them Jamaicans that caused them injuries. She want to blame the Pumas, man, but I blame them yams. You know what I mean? Listen, bro, it's hard, really, really, really hard to prove something like that.
Yeah.
Because they're like, how do we know that the shoe caused any of this? And the fact that she's suing them tells me that her running career is over. Because this is a scorched earth move. Like if you sue one shoe company, who's gonna pick you up after that?
Yeah.
Who's ever gonna sign you for anything after that? So this tells me that her running career is over, and she's looking for somebody to blame because, you know, honestly, she probably just wasn't good enough. Okay, Abby. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has these dreams and, you know, they want to do whatever, man. People are injured all the time, constantly, and they ain't all wearing Pumas.
Sure.
They're wearing Brooks, they're wearing Nikes. I mean, they're wearing Adidas, all this stuff, bro. So no, man. I mean, you know, I think she loses this case, to be honest.
I think so too.
What was she ranked? What was she ranked out of runners? I wonder if White Chocolate can figure that out for her. What was she ranked out of runners?
Yeah, she was pretty good. She was pretty
good.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Talk about the NBA playoffs, man. We got to dive into it. And since we got a lot to talk about the NBA playoffs, let's start 2 nights ago. Let's start with my beloved Boston Celtics. They lost to the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers forced game 6. Celtics are still up 3-2 going into Philly. The Celtics played their second worst game possible in the NBA playoffs all season. And that's their second worst game they played all season. They played it against Philly in Boston. What's your take on this, Howie Bell, as the Celtics lost to the Sixers and it's still 3-2? What's your take, Howie Bell?
This whole first round of the NBA playoffs is mysterious as hell to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is White Chocolate might have called it out. This has gambling written all over it.
Some shenanigans, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, can you imagine if all of these series that are now 3-2 go to game 7s? Do you know how much money that is, dog? It's being made Vegas. Oh my God. They are setting this up for all these game 7s. I'm telling you. I truly believe that. And I think that with that being said, that the Celtics are going to lose. And then go to game 7 and we'll see what happens with all these game 7s. But I just think that I've never seen a first round of the NBA playoffs as dramatic as this. The first rounds are always like a wash. You know what I'm saying? But they got us thinking this is like going into the finals or something. Like this is, you know what I'm saying? This is really good for the NBA. Really good, you know, parity, man, and it's amongst the teams. Hey, man, I love it. I love it, man. NBA, they need to bring that back. The NBA is fantastic because it is right now. It's doing good, man.
Damian Jones, what's your take on the Celtics losing to the 76ers and the Sixers forcing the game 6 tonight in Philly, actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Celtics can suck some Lucky Charms, okay? I love it.
Because they're what? What are they? They're magically delicious.
They're magically delicious. They can suck some magical charms. And I said 2 days ago, me and Jay said, if Embiid show up, it's gonna be a problem. And he showed up, and they had no answer for him. Now he took away shots from the rookie and from Paul George, but it was okay. He was actually, when good Embiid show up, it's hard to beat him. I don't know if he can do it 2 more games, maybe 1, and in game 7, they say the best 2 words in sports is game 7. And I want to see a game 7. If everybody go to 7 games, I'm watching every single game. I don't think they all gonna go to 7 games, but I do pray for the Celtics loss.
Okay. Big Mo, what's your take on this, Mo? What's your thoughts?
You get a steak and cheese. You get a steak and cheese. Everybody gets a steak and cheese. That's where I'm at with it. I was surprised to see Philly even win that game because I didn't expect Joel to show up that way. And like Damien said, man, if a good Joel show up, Philly is a hard team to beat. We knew that, but Philly always does something to sabotage themselves, and we can expect that tonight.
Mm-hmm. And filmmaker Jason Hayes, talk to you. What's your take?
I need good Joel to show up. That's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I hate Boston like a truck driver hate hemorrhoids, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's they're just terrible to me, man. You know, and they need to lose just so you and White Chocolate can be
Dead.
uneasy for the next 2 days. That alone is worth it to me. I want Frank to call out of work again tomorrow. Is what I want.
All right, I might do that anyway, regardless.
But I think Boston's gonna win tonight.
Yeah. Let me see. Let's talk about the next game, Mo. We got to talk about the next game because the Sixers defeated the Celtics, forced it, but the Knicks ended up defeating the Hawks, and New York now leads the series 3-2. So where you at? What's your thoughts on the Knicks defeating the Hawks, and what your thought process on that whole series, Howie Bill?
That's going 7 games. I guarantee you. That is going 7 games. That is one of all of them are to me. But I just think that is a dramatic series. It is, and they're making them all like that. But I love what I'm seeing out of the Knicks and out of the Hawks. It's a dogfight, just like the other series that are in the same position, man. This is a really good first round, I repeat.
All right. So, Damian Jones, your thoughts on seeing the Hawks and the Knicks playoff series? Talk to me about what you think about, especially about the Hawks, because the Hawks is surprising to me. What's your take on this, D. Jones?
The Hawks been a tough matchup for everybody since they got CJ, man. CJ put a spark in them. Them young boys, Jalen Johnson, cold, Walker's cold, but I think they peaked. I think they peaked, unfortunately. And I hate the Knicks and all they fans. Bing bong these balls, okay, Knicks fans and Knicks. I think it's over tonight. I think they peaked, and I think Atlanta's gonna be something to deal with in the seasons to come. But tonight, I think they play tonight. I think I'm gonna go with the Knicks.
We'll talk about tonight's games in a second.
But I'm gonna go. I think the Hawks peaked. They had a great fight to get to where they at right now. They like last year's Pistons.
No, okay. Mo, what's your take on this series? Are you, as a Knicks fan, are you concerned about the Atlanta Hawks?
Hell no. Listen, when the Knicks lost those 2 games, nothing in New York ever comes easy. The Knicks never really just do what they're supposed to do. Wipe a team out. They always let their guard down, do something stupid, lose games. Only time they step up is when they're playing against them boys from up 95. Boston. That's when we show up because we know how to whoop their asses. We know how to whoop their asses real good. I asked some people about that on this show from last year. They still waiting for us to lose now so he can get back retribution of me talking trash. But
Oh no! I'm praying the Knicks win. I want them to win because I want
the rematch.
I
want the Celtics.
Yes,
I want the Celtics to win too, because just like when a certain New York team beat an almost undefeated team, and everybody said it was a fluke, we had to come back and do it again. So the same thing with the Knicks. Everybody said it was a fluke last year. Had Jason Tatum faking injuries, falling out in the middle of the game like Prince jumping off a piano. You know what I'm saying? So we waiting for y'all.
Just like a Knicks fan hanging on to old past glory.
That was last season.
And that's called last glory. That's called
Frank
glory.
is holding. Listen, Frank is holding on to last season, hoping that the Celtics win so he can bring it all back up.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna bring it all back up. Jay, what's your take on this, bro? What's your take on this series, man, and with the Hawks?
I agree, man. You know, like the Hawks played the Knicks, pretty tough starting out, and and even during the regular season, all the games were close. But to me, I actually wanted to write about this, on the sports website, but I decided against it. I think Mike Brown has already shown that he's a better coach than Thibodeau.
Mhm.
because he's made adjustments that Thibodeau did not make last season.
Mhm.
You know, like we was talking about this, you know, before the game a couple days ago. We're saying, look, the everything with the Knicks needs to run through Cat. Like Cat needs to be the focal point of the offense, and that is exactly what Mike Brown went out and did. And Cat was feasting on them boys. Pause. And then you know, they just like, I mean, they smacked the Hawks, man. I mean, you know, they went to every strength and advantage that the Knicks had over the Hawks, and they beat them boys down. And I think they closed them out tonight because in Atlanta there are more Knick fans in the arena than Hawk fans
Damn right.
because of all the New York, you know, transplants down there.
Howie Bell, let me talk to you about this Portland Trailblazers San Antonio Spurs series, because San Antonio wrapped that series up. They're like OKC. Now they done, and they sitting there waiting for their opponent. What's your thoughts on San Antonio beating the Blazers at 4-1 and waiting on, obviously, to the next series to begin?
Yeah, both those series. What, they both won 4-1, didn't they?
No. OKC swept.
OKC swept. OKC
They
swept.
swept. Yep.
Yeah, OKC swept. Yeah, those are the two teams, man, right there in the West that everybody's looking at. You know, pretty much the Western Conference Finals. I say this: if not Embiid, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong coast. If Wemby gets hurt by any means and is not able to play, that makes that even. It makes it different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he's at full strength and he's playing, that team is almost unbeatable.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you know, but against the OKC team, we'll see. But I don't know, man. And I know the Spurs had their number in the regular season. So it's interesting to see how that may play out, man. You know what I'm saying? With, you know, the way it happened. But Spurs finishing off the Blazers, that was child's play. You know what I'm saying? They ready for the next round.
What's your take, D. Jones, on the San Antonio Spurs finishing off the Blazers, man? They look dominant to you? Does this look?
Yeah. I'm just waiting on them to play OKC. Like I always said, that's gonna be the finals right there. OKC and the Spurs. I'm waiting on that. I like what Portland is doing. They got Dame coming back next year, with Avia, and if they get a third piece, man, Portland's gonna be nice. But for this season, the Spurs play defense and they can score, man. They all around a good team. And I'm just glad they ain't on the East.
Well, what's your thoughts on San Antonio finish off the Portland Trailblazers?
From the beginning of the season, I had the Spurs taking the West. The Spurs are going to take the West. It's going to be a good dog fight with them and OKC, but the Spurs are going to take the West, man. They just a hell of a team, and Wemby, man. Listen, he's the alien. He's the dude. He's that guy. The only thing that scares me is that they did beat OKC bad during the regular season, and history has shown that when you beat a team that many times during the regular season, it's harder to beat them during the playoffs because now they're prepared. They know what you can do. But I still got the Spurs coming out the West.
Not a historical fact. That is not a historical fact.
Jay, what's your take?
Well, I mean, Portland, we was joking about this like before the series even started. We all said it's gonna be light work, right? And that's what it proved to be, except for that one game, you know, where they knocked Wemby in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? You know, and concussed him and had him not be able to play. But outside of that, man, it was just a terrible matchup for Portland. They're a young team, you know, it's not really talented. I mean, or at least not nearly as talented as the Spurs are, and we just knew how that was going to go from the start.
Yeah, we sure did. 100%. Howie Bell, well, team we really haven't talked about a lot at all is Cleveland taking, you know, with the Raptors. Cleveland was up 2-0, and the Raptors came back, won 2 games, and now the Cleveland ended up winning another game. So now that series is at 3 games to 2. What's your take on this Cleveland series right now? And then we got to jump into a couple other series real fast. What's your take on this Cleveland series with Toronto?
To me, the Toronto-Cleveland, that's the weirdest series of all of them. I thought that Cleveland was going to run away with this. And then I saw Toronto get some momentum, and now they kind of lost it. It's still a weird series. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I think that's any man's series. I think that's a toss-up. That's the only one I'm not really, really too sure about. I think that's going to go to 7 games, though. I think that they're trying to push that narrative. They're going to make all these series that are still around 3-2 and all that stuff, go 7 games. I think that's what the NBA wants, and I think they're gonna get it. But as far as Cleveland goes, I don't know, man. They look like I don't know if they look strong at once, one or two spells, and then they don't look so good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just not sure about that series.
D Jones, what's your take on Cleveland coming back, finally winning the game after being up? They were up 2-0, lost 2, now they won 1. What's your take on this, D Jones?
I don't think this one going 7 either. I think this the other game that ain't going 7. I got Cleveland on going to win, especially if Ingram can't play and Scotty Barnes got nicked up. Toronto ain't got much more. RJ Barrett can't do it. Cleveland is super soft and super inconsistent, but I don't see them going 7 with Toronto. This is over. Next game.
Yeah, definitely. With that, Mo, what's your take on this, bro?
Yeah, Cleveland got 2 players that have been known to not show up in the playoffs, Harden and Spider. And why are we surprised that they, fell back and didn't show up again? But they're going to show up enough to get out of this series, out of round 1. But whoever they get in round 2, they probably be Orlando. They're going to be done.
Let me see what Jay's talking about. Filmmaker Jay Say, what's your take?
Mo, listen, man. Mo loves like shanking you on the way to the mess hall, don't he?
Yeah.
For me, man, we talked about this too. We said playoff James Harden was gonna show up. And he is showing up right now. Like, honestly, man, Toronto shouldn't be in this series right now. But Cleveland, they got that one dude who just cannot get it done when it matters in the playoffs, and that is James Harden. And honestly, I would not be surprised if it goes 7 and Cleveland gets bounced in the first round.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Let's talk about the next series. With all these Detroit people up here on this panel, we got to talk about this. Detroit stayed alive, defeated the Magic, and it's been a series where I'm concerned about y'all boys. Howie Bill, talk to me about the Detroit Pistons staying alive. They were down 3-1. They ended up winning last night, right? And the series is now 3-2. What's your take on this, Howie Bill?
I'm gonna say this. What's the kid from Orlando? What's his name? Blanchard. What's his name?
Banchero.
Banchero.
Yeah.
The Pistons need him. I'm looking at this series, man. I'm like, if we had him, we go to the finals. He is incredible. I love his gameplay. And I'm gonna tell you something. They're almost evenly matched with the Pistons. And it's like, so we got Cade Cunningham and then him, the Banchero guy. It's like they both scored 45 points. I mean, they're both leading their teams. They're both doing it, man. That guy, come on to the dark side, man. Come on to the Pistons, bro. We'll take it all away. That guy is good. That's all I can say about that series, man. That guy is dope. Pistons, they dug themselves into a hole. This is going 7 games, and Pistons are going to come out victorious. It's tough, man. We got a tough game ahead of us in Orlando. I'm telling you, those boys can play. This is the toughest series out of everybody. Jay, you're right. They are not their normal AC. That team is
not
way better than that. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Wagner getting hurt probably helped us. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even think he's playing in the next game. Yeah, so that kind of gave us a chance, to be honest. I hate to say it. You know what I'm saying? But injuries is a part of sports. So, hey, there we go, man. 7 games.
D. Jones, are you still concerned about the Detroit Pistons?
All right. That's all I really want to say.
What?
Pistons won again?
It might be our last win. But we won again. I don't know if y'all seen the game last night, man. They said that was the first time since Iverson and Shaq, 2 number 1 draft picks, put up 40 or more in the same game. And that was a dope game, bro.
Yes, it was.
I told y'all that for me, the defensive player of the year was Ausar Thompson. Man, he played lights out on defense yesterday.
He did.
2 blocks, 3 steals, 15 rebounds. He was everywhere. If Jalen Duren can get out his head and play 2 games, we can get out this first round. We need Jalen Duren to show up. We need the bench players to show up on the road because we ain't won nothing in Orlando. They said that Tobias is dinged up. If he can't go, he our second best player in this series, it's a wrap. But if we make it back to Detroit, okay, we winning in 7. Then we gonna beat Cleveland, and then we gonna whoop Boston or New York. So I know why y'all want us to lose, because neither one of y'all want to see us. And if we get out this round, I don't care if it's Bane, Missy Elliott can't stand the rain, or the OJs on the love train. Pistons in 7.
Maybe 9, but Pistons something.
It was 8 yesterday.
It was different. It changes.
It changes. Bo, what's your take on this Pistons series beating the Magic last night with 2 number 1s going at it?
Man, I'm not surprised. The Pistons beat up on everybody all season long, and everybody kept telling them, wait until the playoff. Playoff basketball is a whole lot different than regular season basketball. And Detroit is starting to learn that. They're not a playoff team. You know what Detroit remind me of? Remember in the movie Harlem Nights, when they was coming after Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, they were all shooting. Bah, 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 bah. That's Kate Cunningham. Bah, 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 bah. And the rest of the team is that one dude that had the pistol. Pow! Can't nobody else shoot. Nobody else can shoot. They ain't got nobody else that can score except Duncan. And all they gotta do is lock him up, and that's it. Listen, if they make it out, and that's a big if they make it out of this round, they're gonna be lucky. They're gonna be lucky because either they play the Celtics or the Knicks, which more likely to be the Knicks. Ain't got nothing coming. They ain't got nothing coming. Ain't got nothing before y'all but body bags and toe tags.
Be real. Who you fear more, the Celtics or the Pistons?
Neither one. We ain't scared of none of y'all.
We beat y'all by 55 all year.
And then, you know what? And the Celtics did the same thing the year before last. Ask them what happened. We ain't scared of y'all regular season players. You regular season players.
Jay, talk to me about what you think about this Pistons versus the Magic. What's your take on this series?
I mean, as we were talking about on the text chain today, the math is not in their favor. Because understand this, man, you know, like when you go down like 3-0, 3-1, especially 3-0, the reason why nobody's ever come back from that is because you got to do a reverse sweep of a really good team. So now you got to go win 4 in a row. And that's just really, really, really hard to do. So I think the Pistons, I think they lose the next one, man, to be honest. But it's gonna be a good game because Cade tough out there, bro.
Let's talk about they are. Let's talk about the other series, man. We gotta talk about the Lakers and the Rockets. The Lakers have now lost 2 straight. You know what I mean? They had them on the brink. Now they lost 2 straight. And the Rockets have life. But Kevin Durant's not playing the next game, Howie Bell. What's your take on this series?
I tell you this much as LeBron winning this series will help his legacy, him losing this series is going to damage it.
It does not.
I think it does. I think it's a chink in his armor, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm rooting for the Lakers. I've been rooting for them this whole series. I've been rooting for them. I'm gonna tell you, no team has ever come back and beat a team down 3-0, bro. That has never happened in the playoffs. So if LeBron being associated with that at this time, it's definitely a Sharpie scribble scrabble over his resume. It may not be a lot, but it's something. And you don't want to be associated and tagged with a team coming back on you, man, after you were up 3-0 in the playoffs, bro. That is not a good look for King James. I'm sorry. That is not a good look. As much as we praise him, we got to rebuke him when it comes to something like this, because that will not be a good look. That ultimate breakdown, bro. Ultimate. LeBron don't even want to be associated with that kind of breakdown.
Damian Jones, what's your take on the Rockets beating the Lakers and now winning 2 games straight after the Lakers had them 3-0?
Read Jermaine Shepherd. What can I say about him that ain't been said? Okay. He come down, LeBron bump him. He say, okay, he come down, hit a clean jumper. Next play, just picks LeBron's pocket. He's supposed to be the best point guard all the time. Picked his pocket, went and dunked on him. Looked like when Darren got dunked on the other day. Just dunked on LeBron hard. as smart as LeBron is, he was unstoppable going to the rack. They could not stop him. And all of a sudden, LeBron thinks he's Ray Allen, and that's what lost the game. Well, that ain't what lost the game. He ain't had no help either. Like, he had absolutely – Luke Kennard can't score a bucket from the free throw line.
He had no points in the third. Until the third quarter.
He had 1 point in the whole game. One free
That's
throw.
absurd.
You can't. You need your shooters to shoot, and he didn't have any. Marcus Smart can't keep scoring. You know what I'm saying? So, the Rockets play better without KD, man. It looked to me, it seems that way. It might be to their advantage. I see it going 7. I don't know who's gonna win in that 7 game, but LeBron liked the theatrics. He might want it to go 7 so he can win in LA, and he get his look at me moment again.
Mo, what's your take on this, bro?
I ain't got no confidence in a team that puts Bronny James up there. So, I mean, but we've been saying how no team in baseball, it's happened. The Red Sox came back on the Yankees down 3-0. In hockey, it's happened. I think it was Pittsburgh or either Pittsburgh who came back on the Bruins down 3-0. The NBA is the only sport where nobody has done that. It's time for it to happen. It's about to happen.
If there's any series that can happen, this might be the one. We'll see. We'll see. Jay, what's your take on this, bro? Or this Rockets beating the Lakers 99-93?
Like I said, I mean, that means that the Rockets got to do a reverse sweep, and the math ain't in favor for that. You know, especially since they are barely eking wins out, you know, when they do get them. So, I mean, how many times are you going to have a game, you know, where Luke Kennard gets clean looks all night and he can't throw it in the ocean off a boat? I mean, you know, they were like really fortunate that that's what happened last night. But as to like LeBron's legacy, I'm like, bro, I mean, first off, this is a team sport. And you saw that his teammates did not play well last night. And, you know, and this is the absurdity of the scrutiny of LeBron James. In this series, he's averaging 24, 7 rebounds and 8 assists. So if they're losing it, they ain't losing because of him. You know what I mean? So to me, I mean, the whole thing is just absurd, but they'll probably win the next one in Houston, you know, because LeBron ain't trying to like play an extra game or anything like that. So I expect the Lakers to close them out the next one.
Okay. Now, Howie Bell, you up now. Now we got to talk about what we were talking about a half a second ago. We got tonight's game. Tonight we got the Knicks versus the Hawks. We got the Celtics versus 76ers and the Nuggets versus the Timberwolves, where Minnesota is up in the series 3-2. But since we talking about a couple other people, let's first dive into this Denver Nuggets Timberwolves series. Howie Bell, what's your take on this? Minnesota has now won the last 2. What's your take on this, Howie Bell? Where you at?
I'm pissed about Ant-Man being hurt, man.
Yep.
I'm so upset about that. I'll never really get too up or too down about different players, but that one made me mad. I really wanted to see him do this. And, you know, him being hurt, man, looks like Denver can come back. They're probably going to win it in 7. Okay. And, you know, that's just what it looks like, man. That's tough, man. Tough cookie for the Timberwolves, man.
D Jones, Minnesota, Timberwolves, Denver is, you know, they 2 games. Minnesota got 3. They got to win 1 game. What's your take, D Jones? Who you got in this series?
I don't want to see the Timberwolves win without Ant, because the next round, if they don't have Ant, it's gonna be a sweep. So let's go ahead. Nuggets gonna take this. Joker gonna show up. Even though Gobert been playing good defense, he's still putting up like 27, 28, and 10 rebounds. So I got it going 7, and I got the Nuggets winning tonight.
Okay, and Mo, what's your take on this series?
Yeah, man, that's one of the best series that's in this first round to me. It's a good rivalry, man. They fighting each other, but it's bad to see Edwards go down and DiVincenzo go down. You know, 2 key players on that team, because they were giving Denver the business. But now that they're down, I got Denver taking it.
Okay, and Jay, what's your take on this series?
It's still interesting to me. I still feel like it's in Minnesota's favor. You know, I think they match up well with them, and they're gonna only go as much as they can contain Jamal Murray, because Joker gonna get his. I mean, just ain't no listen. He getting his. So the question is, how much can you stop those role players, and Jamal Murray, from getting off? And I think that they'll be able to get one more win, to end the series.
All right.
I'm taking Minnesota.
Okay, so you got Minnesota. Howie Bell, we got the Celtics and the Sixers tonight. This real quick. Who you got? Celtics, Sixers.
I got the Sixers tonight. Like I said, I think all these series are going 7 games. These 3-2s. So I got the Sixers tonight.
D Jones, Celtics, Sixers. Who you
I
got?
hope the Celtics all get sick on clam chowder. Okay. 76ers. Let's go, Maxie.
Mo, who you got? Celtics or Sixers?
I got the Sixers, even though I think the Celtics are going to win tonight, because even though I hate to agree with Frank sometimes, he's right. When they come off a bad game, they come out on fire. And I need to get that shirt, JD, where you get that shirt from. My BK Life. I like that shirt, man. I need one of those shirts.
It's a whole brand, man. She got T-shirts and everything.
Jay,
I need that.
Talk to me about who you got tonight. Celtics or Sixers?
I got the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
This is for Boston.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Boston's probably going to win, because I have no faith in Paul George. I don't think that Embiid, can play well in back-to-back games. So as much as it pains me, I think Boston's probably going to pull it out.
Howie Bell, Knicks versus the Hawks game tonight. What's your take?
The Hawks. I got these series going to 7. Hawks, man. Hawks are going to win this game. And I'm worried. I'm a little nervous for the Knicks, man. You know what I'm saying, in this overall series. So we'll see.
D Jones, Hawks, Knicks. Who you
The
got?
Knicks stink. New York stink. They got rats running everywhere, teaching
Not
turtles how
anymore.
to play. Show the master rat right there. They suck. Okay, I hate the Knicks. They gonna win tonight though.
Mo, tell me why the Knicks will win tonight. I know you got the Knicks.
I don't know how somebody who can't even drink their own water going to talk about how New York stink.
Wow.
But anyway.
Wow.
That's Flint, dog. That's Flint. Get your geography together. That's not Detroit.
Oh my God.
It don't matter.
That's like saying Rochester, New York is New York City, bro. That's two different. You're in 2 different time zones.
Well, I know I touched a nerve with how we jump in to say D Jones.
Yeah, don't associate that. Hey, don't associate that.
Talk about my water.
Come on, Mo, who you got? Give me a reason. Come on, give me a reason.
Come on, New York all day long, baby. All day long, baby.
Jay, talk to me. Who you got tonight and why?
It's gonna be light work, man. I mean, I think that Mike is an excellent coach. They got something that the Hawks absolutely cannot stop, and they're gonna keep going to it all day long.
There it is. Now we got to move on to a couple other stories, man. Howie Bell, I've been trying to get to these couple of other stories for a little bit. We got to talk about, in the NFL, we got to talk about Calais Campbell, 6-time pro defensive lineman for the Baltimore Ravens, is returning. He signed a 1-year deal with the Ravens. And get this, y'all, this boy is going to be 40. What's it say? 41? 40 on September 1st. And Now, Calais, thank you. What's your take on Calais Campbell coming back for the Baltimore Ravens, who's 40 years old? Does that look like a good thing for the Baltimore Ravens for defense? Bad thing? What's your take on the Ravens doing this? Because
I mean, if he's in tip-top shape, which it sounds like he is, you know what I'm saying? And with I don't see the problem. He got real grown man strength. 41 years old, bro. Yeah, it's hard to beat that, especially if he's well conditioned. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at it at all. He ain't got to throw the ball down the field. He ain't got to be Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? All he got to do is sit up there and be a stud. I think he can do it.
D. Jones, give me your thoughts on the Baltimore Ravens now with a new coach and new defensive plan, signing a 40-year-old for their defense coming up.
Yeah. It's okay if you LeBron and you take care of your body. It's okay if you Tom Brady, you got linemen to protect you. He get hit every play at 41. I got hurt the other day playing Uno, okay? This is not that new joke I wrote. I'm glad it worked. I just wrote that joke.
He said, "I'm glad it worked."
I just wrote.
You trying out material on the show?
Yeah, I just wrote that one.
Good job. That was good.
I wanted to test it out.
It worked. It worked.
No, it's not gonna work.
Mo, we got a new coach on Baltimore. We got a new defensive scheme, and we got a player returning who's 40. He'll be 40 September 1st. How you look at this?
I look at this like a new episode of the First 48. Because that's what he gonna be on, because they're gonna murder his ass. He's gonna be done. I don't see it happening good. I might be wrong, but nah, I don't see it. I think it's a reach.
Mm-hmm. And Jay, do you like the thought of Baltimore Ravens signing a 40-year-old with this new defensive coach?
I like them signing Calais Campbell, the former Jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
See, it ain't like he coming off the, like coming off the couch. He's played every year for 19 years.
Right.
Like he's been there. So I mean, he started every year. So this is just him, saying, I ain't ready to sit down yet. And for the record, this dude is 6'8", 315, baby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Calais Campbell's one of the largest mammals to ever play in the NFL. And he takes care of himself. So I think it's a great pickup for them, because what the NFL is very good at doing and the NBA is not so good at so much is that they keep veterans around to teach these young guys, how to take care of their body, the right way to be professionals and stuff like that. So if nothing else, him being in that locker room for that young defensive line is going to pay massive dividends for them.
All right, so I'm gonna bring White Chocolate in. What's up, White Chocolate? How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
White
Now,
chocolate.
this last story, I want you to chime in on this last story. I'm gonna tune in. Let me get Howie Bell's first, and then we're gonna talk about this story. And I want you to chime in this last story. Howie Bell, the sources are saying that the Steelers placed the rare right of first refusal tender on Aaron Rodgers. We ain't talking about him in a second. And this means that he can accept a 10% raise off of last year's salary, which would pay him about $15 million this season. And the Steelers also now have the right to match any offer sheet he would sign with any other team. As another condition of the tender, Rodgers would only be able to sign with the Steelers once training camp begins. What is your take on this, Howie Bell, of Aaron Rodgers getting a first right refusal tender offer from the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Ask Howie about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, because my thing is, why though? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are they holding on to this guy, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are they trying to get him to go back to some type of glory days? He's done. Aaron Rodgers is a fully cooked roast. Stick a fork in him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they're trying to do this. This is so irritating to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, they're forcing him to be something that he's not. And he doesn't want to do it. And I will remind us, and I talk about it all the time, the last time I saw Aaron Rodgers on the ground, he looked like SpongeBob SquarePants was digging in his butt. And it was so uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? He is not ready, man. I don't even know why Steelers wasting their time with it. I think he's done. I think he needs to go join the Pat McAfee show, bro. That's
D.
it.
Jones, I want to ask you, do you think that the Steelers are doing this with the tender offer on Aaron Rodgers because they have a little concern with their other QBs coming in town? You think that's why they're doing this?
It's a catch-22. They did it because it's smart. If he goes somewhere else, that team owes them a draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
And then it can either be – the problem with the Steelers is they're one of the best football organizations historically. They don't know how to reset. They don't know how to start over. Or it could be like, hey, we know we're going to suck with him. Let's lose as many games as we can and kind of tank this season. Or either they just think they don't want to start over. But they don't need a quarterback. They need to start over. That's why they ain't draft one this year. They probably need to start over next season from scratch.
Mo, where you at with this? What Steelers are doing?
I think the Steelers are going ass backwards. You know what I'm saying? The Steelers, first of all, they hired an older coach. They always had younger coaches when they replaced any of their coaches that either that left. You know what I'm saying? They have coaches that had long tenures. This dude, what I can't say his name off the back of my mind.
Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, how long is he gonna be around? He ain't gonna be around for so long. And I don't even know why. You know, this little story with Rodgers is worse than Tyler Perry on BET. Any of his stories up there, it's just terrible. It's getting old. It's getting tired. I don't even know why they're going after them. I think the Steelers are going down the path the Giants went down 5 years ago. Just completely stupidity.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
Hey, you got the floor on this Steelers situation. Where you at with this?
I'm gonna need a minute, man, because you know Mo doesn't like Tyler Perry movies. He likes every terrible movie ever made.
No, I'm talking about the TV shows. I don't like the Tyler Perry TV shows. And
Damn,
just for the fact today, I watched Belly today too.
Oh my God. Okay.
Belly should have won an Oscar, bro.
Oh man. With Aaron Rodgers, man, I don't understand why anybody really wants this dude because he's shot. He's shot, bro. I mean, you know, whatever he was, he is no longer that.
Done.
Right? And so Pittsburgh kind of boxed themselves into a corner in that he's the only option that they have at this point.
Mhm.
You know, to give them a semblance of like at least being able to win like 6 games. Because without him, you know, if they go Mason Rudolph or like somebody else, they might go like 2 and whatever, 3 and whatever. So they gotta like sell tickets or whatever, you know, especially with Mike Tomlin stepping down. So this can be their first losing season in 19 years. Write that down.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why folks are still interested in him, man. Other than I think Pittsburgh is probably trying to tank to get in the Arch Manning sweepstakes.
So that means White Chocolate got the last word on this Pittsburgh Steelers story. What's your take?
All right, so D. Jones hit the nail on the head. The most of the reason for this is because they'll get a compensatory pick if he signs somewhere else before July 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an insurance policy. And you know what? Do you want to have Aaron Rodgers or do you want Mason Rudolph? Because that's the guy that's looking at being the starter right now.
That's the option.
The depth behind him is 2 guys I never heard of. So unless they're going to sign somebody, and if I was them, I don't think he would do it because he wants to retire, but I'll be on the home with Jimmy Garoppolo because I'd rather have him than Mason Rudolph. And it has happened. The Patriots did it with LeGarrette Blount in 2018. They ended up getting an extra 4th-round pick. The Chiefs did it in 2022 when they had Melvin Ingram the third, and the Ravens did it on James Houston the same year. So other teams did it. The Rams did it for somebody last year. It's a little unorthodox, but they're just buying for extra picks. That's what I think. And you know what? He does have a history with Mike McCarthy, and he's probably at some resort, got his head in the sand somewhere, you know, in some, you know, sabbatical nonsense. That's why he's not around. But it wouldn't surprise me if he came back if they have no other options.
All right, so real quick, what major thing that we got wrong, Steve?
I don't think there's anything wrong. I do want to note that when you guys were talking about the playoffs, and Howie gave me credit for this last night. NBA playoff viewership is the highest in 33 years, 3.9 million per game, courtesy of ABC, ESPN, Amazon Prime, NBC Peacock, and NBA TV. Philly, it was the Flyers that came back against the Bruins in 2010, 3-0. I'm still scarred by that, by the way. And Calais Campbell last year for Arizona, 499 snaps on defense, 6.5 sacks at 39 years old.
I think the NBA has exploded because of the Amazon Prime and all the other apps. I think, you know, there's what, an 80% jump in viewership this year. So
I think you're wrong, Frank. It's the gambling.
It's the gambling, man.
It's both.
You know what it is?
Both because they're trying to get the streaming going.
Yeah,
they trying to do. They got to do something because last year's finals was one of the lowest watched finals because it was OKC. Nobody was watching that final. Remember, we were talking about how it was one of the lowest watched. So they got to do something to spike it up.
They have, and I'm gonna tell you, let me do this 2 cent real quick. They have. That's why I believe that these games are going to 7 games. A lot of these series are going to go 7 games because of that. They're going to take advantage of what's going on in this momentum. Not only that, man, I heard today that Duke signed an NIL deal.
They did
today, bro, for 3 games on Amazon.
Amazon, that's right.
We got to talk about that tomorrow, bro. We got to go into because that is, you talk about a rabbit hole, man. Oh my God.
So Frank, you know what? Now, I think the streaming does help with viewership because you almost get held hostage when you click on the streaming.
It's a fact.
You're not. I mean, you just can't turn. Just flip through channels when you get over there.
Yeah. That's it's a fact though. I mean, I hate to say it because I hate the streaming stuff on the NBA more than I hate a lot of stuff, bro. It really upsets me because first of all, you got to have a subscription to the platform, and it just I just like to be able to flick the channel when I want to change. I used to just like that. But anyway,
channel surf.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. Channel surf. Anyway, Howie Bell, what's going on in your world? What you doing this weekend, and how can we follow you?
Hey man, well the reality is we're all old and young people don't do what we do. So that's why that's why the streaming is like it is and everything. And I'm gonna do something young. Hey, here's my tag. How we busy on Instagram? HOWIEBIZZELL. How about that?
My man D Jones, how can we follow you? What's going on in your world?
Follow me at 313 D Jones. I'll be in Orlando cheering on the Pistons tomorrow night. And then back in Detroit for Game 7. I'm going to do the Black National Anthem again. That's how we won last night.
Yeah, I knew he was going to say that. Mo, tell everybody how they can follow you. What's going on in your world?
Hey man, you can follow me, MOE_comic on Instagram. Check out my website, MSM's Basic Bags. Yeah, we blowing up. I'm selling pocketbooks to everybody, baby. Pocketbooks for everybody. You get a pocketbook. You get a pocketbook. You get a MSBasicBags.com, man, right? You can see me out in Carver, Massachusetts this weekend.
Let's see. I got Jay. Jay, talk to me.
Mo just telling the feds where to come and find him for them counterfeits.
I don't sell counterfeits, baby. I don't sell counterfeits. Go on my website. Your wife might want one.
Website.
Hey, follow me at JD Hayes at Fanbase and D Jones. The reason why y'all won that game last night was not because of you, it's because of me. I was Orlando's good luck charm. I wasn't watching the game. When I popped on it, they started making that run right before halftime. I was like, oh man, I'm the good luck charm. I can't watch the rest of the game. And I turned the game off and saved you.
Hey, go to hell, Jay.
Steve.
Follow me on www.papercutsplayuno.com.
Reverses. He didn't keep playing. He kept throwing reverses.
Your fault.
Name the show called Box Seats. This is where we talk about sports with comedians. Tomorrow's show, we got a lot of stuff we didn't talk about that it's just been building up. I hope to get some of these shows out. And tomorrow's a Friday show too. So let's hope we can get that stuff out and get some of these things in. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you all again tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, the name of the show is called Box Seats. Thanks for watching.
We'll be.
Hey, what you need, yeah.